Y'all see the elo, bruh. Y'all see the record, bruh. Losers queue is real. All these games were live on Twitch, by the way, and YouTube too, but like, even if you never plan on watching either, bro, at least follow Twitch, bro. I need 50 followers for affiliate, bro. Please, please, please. Okay. Before anyone calls this cope, just know that it is. Some of these games weren't my fault. Some of these games are probably my fault. Even like, you see these two games and you're thinking, oh nah, he must have done terrible. We're gonna get to that. But although losers queue is real after this, confirmed, and there's no doubt in my mind, because obviously one sample size is the only sample size that is needed, we are going to go through each one of these games and try to learn from what went wrong. So here's the first game. The first thing you're gonna notice is these niggas got 75 kills. Insane, right? Here is the thing. Our comp was not always Cloak, Dagger, Mantis. In fact, it was Mantis, Warlock. Now, Mantis, Warlock isn't per se a bad comp. It's just a very low healing comp. And the problem is that I was not always on Psylocke, and he was not always on Black Panther. Majority of the game, he was on Star-Lord, and I was on Magic. Now, we were doing our job, we were getting kills, our tanks were tanking. It's just the fact that we didn't have healing. And it's not that we didn't have healing, because our healers were good. Let's not get it twisted. They were really good, but they just played low healing healers, which led to all these kills. And as you can tell, they didn't get significantly more damage than us. Yes, this guy got 10k more than me, which was the highest on our team, but they also got 10k more healing. And the reason isn't because their healers were better. It's just because, like I said, they have a better healer comp. Let's look at the replay, right? Now, let's look at their comp. They have a Punisher and a Namor. As we can tell, a very high healing comp. And if you look at our healers and you just look at our team in general, you can tell that we are consistently at low health. Now, this is not the healer's fault once again, because as you can tell, they're literally healing. The problem is that this comp in general just wasn't bad, and we only switched at the last point, but at that point it was too hard. Now, whose fault was this? You could say that it's the support's fault for not realizing it's a low healing comp. You could say that it's our fault for not, letting them know. I don't think it's anyone's fault in particular. It's kind of just no one mentioned anything, which in general is just a team fault, right? So, as you can tell, we're consistently taking damage because they have a Punisher Namor, which is two crazy damage like comps, right? And we just, although we get picks, as you can tell, the Mino just got 2, and we do push up here, but the problem is that every single team fight we just die so much quicker because we just have a worse comp in general. As you can tell, I popped my dash here. Now, I will say, I'm pretty sure my tanks did not walk up with me, which is crazy. I do see this cloak ult, but in my opinion, we should still walk up with that, considering that I'm pushing their whole team back. But that's just like nitpicks and type shit. So, that is what happened the first game. Now, I'm going to skip this game because I was on Spider-Man, by the way. I was on Namor. Pretty simple. What we can say is it was a Hella diff. This guy wanted to play Hella. He said, please don't ban Hella. We didn't ban Hella. We lost. Unlucky, right? Let's go into the more important games. This game and this game. Now, in this game, as you're going to notice, we have 4 DPS. Not only do we have 4 DPS, but this guy, majority, was on DPS. And let me tell you why. No one could get over their egos, me included. I'm not going to act like I'm exempt. I insta-locked into Psylocke. Actually, I think I insta-locked into Magic, but I eventually switched to Psylocke. And basically what happened here is that our Bruce, noticing that we had 1 support, immediately his mental was terrible. He said, oh, if we're gonna throw, I guess we're just gonna throw. Because at first, we had 2 tanks, 3 DPS, 1 support, and not one of the supports wanted to swap to support, or not one of the DPS wanted to swap to support, right? And here's the thing, I can play support, but support is so boring. And if you saw my last video, you would know how I said never flex. I don't actually believe that, and honestly, I probably should have flexed here. But the thing is that I just didn't want to. And it seems like everyone also didn't want to. So, we ended up with a 4 DPS game, mostly 5 actually, and we got shit on, right? Let's get to the next. This game right here. This person named TTV Geogmerk, don't follow his Twitch by the way, he's ass. Specifically said, once again, Please do not ban Hella. Now, we didn't ban Hella, and as you can tell, there was a Hella diff. Hella was extremely impressive this game. He's the only one that went positive, but also he's the only Hella, so type shit, right? 2 games were unfortunately, number 1, everyone was ego, which is my fault. Number 2, we trusted this teammate saying he was a good Hella, we got Hella diffed. Now, let's go. We're gonna skip this game because it's a very simple Hella diff. This game was extremely close. Unfortunately, my duo did not play well. You might look at most damage, but he was like damn near negative on Hella, and then he swapped to Magneto, started doing well, but it was kind of too late. Not the point, we got Hella diffed, we should have banned Hella. Let's go to this game, because this game is really interesting. Keep in mind, Azeroth, although his career is locked, he is a Widow player. Let it be known he's a terrible Widow player. Next, we have Ruckless Argo, right? And if we check his career here, he is a support main that sometimes plays Magic and sometimes plays Wolverine, right? Keep this in mind. Actually, he never plays Wolverine, in fact. Next up, we have me and my duo, both DPS mains. We have Inin Remy, who is a tank main / Namor main, right? And then last but not least, we have Zakoi, who is a support main, sometimes plays tank. Keep all this in mind, right? So, when we check the replay, you're gonna see some interesting things considering we have a support main, tank main, 2 supports, a tank, and 3 DPS. You would think we could just play 3 DPS, 1 tank, 2 support. Unfortunately, as you can tell, he locks Widow, right? But then we decide to play 2 more DPS. Now you might be asking, why is the support main and tank main, who's never like barely have any DPS timing, playing DPS? Good question. We're playing, and we're holding pretty well, right? You would think that with a Psylocke Spider-Man comp, Venom, this game is free cash because I'm Namor, right? Let's continue. We're still holding it. They have 21-25 left because at this point, I'm putting up Wilt Chamberlain numbers. I'm 12-1. I die 1 time. Let's see how I die. I might have been out of position. It might have been my fault. But it's also possible that it's not my fault. Let's see. I'm low here. I get killed by my Luna, right? I try to kill the Psylocke. Don't know where she goes. No point to chase. Spider-Man goes in. I'm all like, let me put some things down. Venom. Let's see where my supports were at this point. He died, coming back with spawn. We didn't have a support, and they used their ults. Now, is this their fault? Not particularly. But what really is sad here is that I die, and immediately my team cannot do anything about anything. Because as you can tell, right now I'm carrying, right? So, it's fine though. We lose the point. We hold them for like a pretty long time. We waste a few ults here, in my opinion, but you know, we'll just hold for a while. Unfortunately, it seems that we like to stagger, and as we stagger, and they get farther and farther and farther, we lose, and they have 20 seconds, right? But the thing is although we got staggered, we lost a very easily winnable game in my opinion. The problem is that losing this destroys our mental. One of our supports go DPS because they say, oh Bucky, you suck, you're doing nothing. So he hops on DPS and proceeds to do nothing, right? And after this, Remy decides to go support. The problem with this is that it's a little too late. And I don't know what I'm saying at this point, but like, alrighty buddy, I'll take it from here. Basically, another thing I learned from this video is never again will I try to narrate while I'm like actually recording the footage, because basically this right here is a voiceover. Everything else was not a voiceover, and as you can tell, there's so many fucking pauses. It kind of made me mad like while editing this video, but you know, sometimes game is just game. But basically what I was trying to say right in here is that I did everything I can, and at this point, it's kind of just like my team's fault. It's not good to blame your team, but I truly played extremely well in this game, and unfortunately our mental got ruined after one fucking half of not even doing that bad, and then we lost, and that's just loser's cue for you. So sometimes game is game. Tomorrow I got a magic guide coming out as an IRL intro type shit. I don't even know, bro. Peace.